Alrighty, so hey, Tony here, Ram Adventures 2.0. What are we doing? And where are we at? Well, what we're doing is we're gonna do some dispersed camping off-grid. I found this spot the other day. This is right below spot B. If you remember in the series where we were looking for a spot out this one road. So we passed Goldfield and Tortilla Flats, came through the water and to this spot. So this was the second spot that we looked at. And when we met that couple from California, they had walked up over the hill. They had come from down here. And they said, there's a great spot down there. So I made my way down, went around this little loop, and this is where I'm parked. All right, I think we're gonna set up here. It's going to be a great sunrise over in that direction, and we got a sunset over there. We're kind of up on a higher spot. There's a valley down there, and it doesn't go up too much higher over here, but high enough to that spot we were at the other day. All right, well, let's get set up. Man, this is going to be awesome. Yeah, I believe that is where the sun's coming up over there. So I've got the whole setup. I really haven't shown you that yet. Yeah, let me do that right now. There's a crow, couple crows. Hear 'em? All right, so let me show you that. All right, so this is the refrigerator. I just keep a rag right here, just in case I'm doing something in the back. But I've got my 200 watt solar panel, and we're going to definitely set those up because I want to charge up that battery, make sure we got enough charge. So this is the refrigerator right here. So it's all stocked up with food. So this is my, what do you want to say, pantry. All right, so this is where I store most of my food. I only pull out of here what I need during the week, and I refill this other one, this one here, with food that I'm gonna grab and go. But I just picked up this sunflower butter the other day, and I think I'm gonna have a little bit of that. And so when I'm in the sleeping mode, let me show you how I set that up if I'm sleeping in the car. So I take both of these tubs out, and they go right on top of the refrigerator. And then I've got these non-skid, they came in a big roll, and I just use those. One's cut to the size of the big one. One for the little one, just keeps it from sliding around, right? So I just throw those up top here, and then this is where I sleep. So that is a Thermarest blow up pad, and it's a thermal. It generates heat, your body heat, back to you. So we've got that. Let me move some stuff around so I can pull that out and show you better. Okay, so we got 3 layers of comfort here, right? Better than Hilton. So this is the Thermarest pad, blow up pad, and then this is a Thermarest Z-Lite foam pad, and that's the one that, you know, accordions in. And then right here is a Walmart folding table. Now it is a small one. It's a 20 inch by 4 feet folding half table. Now that I put that back here because it levels the back of the car out. So when you put the seat down, it's kind of on a little bit of a slope. And this is just enough to make this whole back end level. So it only goes forward until the seat drops. Where the seam is for the seat drop, that's as far as it goes forward. So it fills that void very good. Now, right up here, I forgot to show you this. I just, between the solar panel and the side of the car, I just keep stuff up here, things like jacket, sweatshirt, apples, tortilla shells. So I just lay them right up on top of here because they don't slide around, and I don't have them squished inside of the box here. But the apples, oh man, I gotta eat one of those. All right, so that is the sleeping pad, and when I climb in there, it's comfy. It's really, really nice. So then I've got the Thermarest blow up pillow. So let me show you that here real quick. So this is the passenger side back door. So you can see how that's set up here. So this is this is a little trash bag hanging on the doorknob. But this is the Thermarest down pillow. I just keep it blown up because I never know if I'm going to be sleeping in the car or not. So I just keep it blown up. I let a little, you can adjust it. So I let a little bit of air out because I like it a little bit more squishy. Yep. But I sleep incredible on this thing. All right. Now, this stuff here. So I'll show you this here in a second. All right. So right here, with the full seat folded down, it creates this cavity right in here. Now, if you haven't noticed, this is a no build. I haven't really built anything in here. I can take it all out within probably 30 minutes, or give or take, and be right back to a full uncamping car. So this is just, window cleaner. So I got that shoved in there, the window cleaner, but I have 2 propane tanks. This is where I store my propane tanks because they don't roll around. I put them in that cavity, and that's for the little buddy heater, which I have under here. Now, I haven't needed it. I don't know if I'm going to need it in a little while tonight, but we'll see. So right here is my cook pot. Now, that's electric. That runs off of the power bank. And the power bank's right behind the refrigerator. I'll show you that in here in a second. But this is all my utensils. So this is a spoon, fork, knife combination. My spoon that's got coffee on it. But just a knife, coffee grinder. Now this thing I got on Amazon. It just hangs right off the back seat there. Now these are my pots. The top one is my fire maple kettle. That's this one here. And this is my fire maple pan. And we're going to be utilizing that a little bit later today too. All right, so then I just keep a paper towels right back here. And then you can see this is a little bag that I have. It is filled with coffee. So the whole thing's coffee and some seasonings. And that fits right in that spot perfectly. Now this bag here, this is just overflow food that I also pack. This is a lot of different meals and breakfasts and things like that I just keep that on hand just in case. But most of the stuff I work out is from the back. Now this is a little buddy heater, and then I also, thanks to Anonymous, I have this little electric heater just so I can take the chill off a little bit if it gets too cold at night and I don't want to pull out the big little buddy. But this does run off of electric. It will drain my battery, so I've got to use it sparingly. I think this is a 250 watt, so it doesn't, it pulls, but it doesn't pull that much. And from the back there is the bed and then the refrigerator. Now I stick my trekking poles and a couple other things right down in there, like those green elephant poles, and I'll be using that for the tarp. But that's where I store them, is right in between all of this stuff. It fits perfectly. So there's the 200 watts solar panels. I do keep a second top quilt right there handy in case I need it. But this is right here is our Alpha ESS. There's 2 non-wireless ports right there that you can just lay your phone on there and turn the switch on, and that charges it up. But the Alpha ESS, this is 1,000 watt, so it's got 3 110 AC plugs. Pretty cool. So right here is this is the place where it's plugged into the car. That blue cord, that's where I charge my phone at the back of the car if I need to. This is where the refrigerator plugs into, right there. And then right below that, I have a 200 watt, that's to a 200 watt power bank that's actually for the refrigerator if you want to take the refrigerator out with you. But I have it plugged in here, and then the cord runs all the way to the front. because I charge stuff up front there. All right. I guess one last thing, I keep the window shades, the WeatherTech window shades on this side of the car that are for this side of the car. I just stick them right under there. The other ones I've got rolled up, sitting on the seat right over on that side. Oh, there's my bananas. All right. Let me show you the front seat. Now, most people wouldn't do what I did up front here because you won't need it unless you're YouTubing. Okay, so this bag right here, this is all of my electronics, so that's all my cords and stuff. I just keep that is real close to me in case I can need anything. I just look right in there. So I've got my storage for all my electronics right there. Oh, and I do got a beef stick in. Well, this here, I'll show you what I did with that later. So I keep the kettle right here. Keep it close by because if I want to heat up water, I can do it up front here. This is just a selfie stick. But this piece of wood here, I just fashioned that because, now, like I said, you won't have to do that. But that does give me storage right below it. And then as you come up, this piece right here, I brought that from the studio. So that's my arm that I can film in the car and not have to worry about holding the camera and stuff like that. I just put that on that. It moves all around. Yeah, that works out really, really good. All right, so I'm going to pull these bags out. This is my clothes, and I use that when I go into Planet Fitness to get my showers and get changed and all that stuff. So you can see there's my dirty clothes. I got to put them in a bag because I just came back from a Planet Fitness before we came here. All right, you can see right here in the front, I did have this water jug behind this seat, but I've changed it and now it's up front. So you've got 5 gallons, and this is a USB water dispenser. So when I'm driving and I pull off to the road, I can actually just open this. I've got it positioned to where it goes on top of that bag, and I just push the button and it dispenses the water. And I want to thank Anonymous for giving me that for the car. That has been amazing. So I fill up usually 2 bottles, and then I'll just drink from these. I won't fill up individually each time. So if I'm doing any kind of cooking, I'll just get my water into my water bottles, get them filled up, and then use them to cook. And then I don't got to do this every single time I want to drink. Yep. So I'm going to let that fill up. And this is USB. You can charge it up. Right here is the charging spot. So you have a cord, you stick it in there, it charges the battery up. So down here in the very, very front, I do keep a pair of hiking boots. And now that bag right down there, that's Cody, my son-in-law, put together ratchets, screwdrivers, and anything I might need on the road. Now this red bag, that's from Lou. That's a jump bag. And a lot of the stuff inside of it is from Shade Tree America. He had sent me a bunch of bandages and everything, so I've got that completely full. I did grab some more items and added to it, so that's a pretty full, wow, that's a very full first aid bag. But it's a jump bag, so that's a bag we can grab and go. All right. So, and then the rest of the stuff I have up front. Oh, look at that. There's a crock pot. So that runs off of electric too. But there's that other, and that's light bulb. We're sitting right there. But that is the Joy Tutus. That's a 200 watt that you can use for the refrigerator. Like I said, if you take that out with you somewhere else. And I'll just spin you around here. You can see I got stuff plugged in, but that runs all the way back to the 1,000 watt back there, and that keeps that fully charged all the time. Hey, we're losing some sun. It's getting cloudy. I better get them solar panels out. Yeah, showing you the car. So we went down the back and the side, but yeah, you can see it's clouding up definitely. Let me get them panels out. All right, so we're kind of cloudy up here right now, but we are pulling power. So that's the 200 watt of solar panels. So each one of those panels is 50 watts, and you can see I've got an extension. So I put the extension on so that I could run it all the way to the car and keep it out away from there a little bit. But that just comes up right alongside my bed and plugs right into the Alpha ESS and the input. So it's pretty easy to hook up and set up. You just kind of pull it out and right there, it's already hooked up. It's got everything on it. You just pull that cord out and plug in the one that goes to the car and then stick it in the car. Then you got power, free power, right? All right, so right there's our solar panels, and as you come across here, so this is the right behind the driver's seat. You can see the table there, so that came from Anonymous had given me that. That's what I went up to New York, one of the items that I went up there for, which is along with that Thermarest Honcho Poncho, which is an insulated blanket and poncho. And I'll tell you what, I've used the living daylights out of that thing. That is so warm. It's amazing. That's why the other underquilt's up in the back here, or top quilt. So right down here, well, I just have a wool scarf and some other things right there. I've got wood. I had to bring wood because, as you notice, there's no trees around. So I do have charcoal too as an option. And yeah, just some miscellaneous stuff. My Bible, a book I'm reading, and also my meds. But this is the window shades. So this is for the front, back, and this side of the car. I just keep those rolled up because I sit here and do a lot of editing and things like that in this chair. And then when I'm ready, I just climb up into bed when I'm car camping. All right, so I think I'm going to get out the stuff on the top. And then the driver's seat, well, you know what that looks like. All right, so there's our solar panels. Wonder how much power we're making. So with this amount of cloud cover right now, we're getting about 33 watts. It's fluctuating, it's going up and down, but move on clouds, but it looks like we got a lot of them back there, so we'll get out of it what we can. All right, I'm going to start getting set up. Yeah, so I would say we've got the car all set up. So we got the tarp coming off. That's a one Tigris tarp. Those are the green elephant posts. And you see I got to pick up this axe here. I was using that back side of it for a hammer because it got to get those in deep. Look at that one's already pulling up a little bit, so I got to work on that. But thank you, Johnny and Mary Torres, for that axe. That is coming in handy. But look at the sky. Doesn't the Subaru look awesome? So I've got one post there, one post there. I've got a couple ties coming off. It was a little windy, and it was flapping a little bit. So the way I fixed it, so I'm using one of the trekking poles right there. You can see I've got that non-skid mat on there, and that runs down to a tie right there. And I've got another one that's going on here. Oh, wait. That looks like a seahorse. That's not, that's a snake skin that the tarp goes in, but that looked like a seahorse. But look at this. This is going to be our morning view. Beautiful. All right, so you can see I've got one other trekking pole right there, and that's holding the tarp up just in the back side here. But I'm using the magnets. Now I do have that one tied too because it actually, believe it or not, pulled off. I was surprised because that sticks really hard. Oh, look at the clouds in this window. Awesome. Alrighty, so probably what I'm going to do is I might sleep with the hatch open. Now I know Miss 2.0 sent me a recent link about a man who was attacked by a cougar in Arizona. And where are we at? We're in Arizona. So she's a little concerned, but I think that hatch can stay open. Like I said, I can see quite a ways away. I said I can see them coming. She goes, oh, they sneak around. So, but if I felt uncomfortable, I would definitely not take my chances. But Darlene Good sent us that tent canopy that goes over the back of that. So I believe I'm going to set that up next. It is getting windy in the desert. All right, I'm going to get that set up. All right, so I got this stool. It's a GCI Outdoors. I showed this on Mail Monday, but I love this thing. So it comes in this little carrying case here. Really nice. Just pull it out and it snaps right together. So this is a stool. So, oh, look at that. So I am going to set up probably in this area, have my coffee in the morning so we can watch the sunset over there, or sunrise. We're going to watch the sunset over here. Now it is, every once in a while it gets pretty windy. And what I'm thinking, rather than having an open fire and using our grate over top of it, I've got the titanium wood stove that Johnny Torres had sent. And I think I've got enough logs that I had pre-cut and had them in my one backpack. I think we're going to use that and we'll cook our meal on that. Yeah. Let me get that put together. So yeah, well I got the back of the canopy thing set up here. So that's the back of the car tent. That's an SUV. That's for a small one, so they have a large one too. I do have that on my Amazon storefront, but I'm going to pull the table out so we've got a level working space, and I'll show you how that's done too. That's what I've got leveling out my bed, but it's also a table. All right, let's get that pulled out. All right, like I said, I just got it underneath here, and I just lift it up and slide it out. And then it's got these little adjustable legs on the bottom that, oh, my leg, my little table's holding me up there. All right. So then it's just got, you can see there's little legs. And these are telescoping legs. So you push in a button and then they telescope down to whatever height you want. So I think we're at the max. Yeah, we are. So we're at the max level on our table. But this is what you can take it the whole way out or just do what I'm doing. But I like it. Like I said, it makes my bed level, nice and level, and then I can extend it out for as much workspace as I want, or I can take it all the way out and spin it somewhere else, but I like it right there. Yeah, so make sure we get them locked out in place. Okay, that's it. So now we got a good workspace to do our titanium wood stove. All right, there she is. So these are the gloves. Now I'll probably wear the gloves to put this together, but usually the gloves are mainly for when you're working with the flue, but we're not going to put the telescoping flue up because we're not inside a tent. So I'm going to set those aside. Like I said, I'll probably put these on because there's not too many sharp edges on the stove itself, but you know what? It's got some soot on it, so that's what these gloves are for. Also to keep your hands from getting all sooty. All right, get the gloves on. So like I said, that's mainly just so my hands don't get all sooty. But this is a poker, so we're going to use that, and we also use it to get the top off of the stove. So I am going to pull this out, set the bag aside. So we are going to need our grate. This goes on the bottom of the stove. It keeps the wood up off the very bottom. Now, this is a two mount, T-O-M-O-U-N-T, wood stove. So I'm going to get it slapped together. I will bring you closer in to see this. So you just kind of lift up on the sides, both sides. So the front has glass in it. The one side has just vents, but let me get that one locked into place. And to lock it into place, it's just got these little swivels. So you just make sure it's pushed out and then just slide it over. All right. So you just push it over and slide it in. So this one does the same thing. You just slide it. That's in place. All right, now I'm gonna spin it around. So look at the front, that's beautiful. And then this side here, you just lift it up. And again, we're gonna just lock it in place. This is my stroke side, so it's a little tougher. Okay, so that's basically the wood stove right there. Now we've got the top. So this is the top, and I'm gonna just take this off. So you got your little, I really like this hole here because that fits my kettle perfectly. I am gonna go ahead and put the grate in now, just because I got the top open and we don't gotta slide it through the door because it won't fit. Just letting you know. All right, so this just sits down on top here. All right, put our top back in there. And then this just locks into place right up on the sides here. So push that in. Locked into place, and then we're going to spin it around. Get that one set more. Okay. Spin it around, make sure it's all in place, and push it up. And there we have it. So this ring, this is for the flue. I am going to go ahead and pull that ring off. So this is what you would attach the flue to. Here's the flue here. You roll this out and then twist it. Get you down here. You roll it out and then you twist it. But this is a spark arrestor. I'm not going to need that because I've got the damper right here, and I don't believe we're going to get too many sparks, but I'll keep an eye on it. Yes. All right. So then the feet just extend out, kind of like the table. It's one foot, and the other foot. So there you have it. Nice. So we're gonna get it set up. I'll find a good spot for it. We got our door right here. Latch on the front. I'll tell you what, this would be a commercial. Because look at the stove, but look at the background. It's perfect. All right. Man, I can't wait to get the fire going in here, and we'll cook right on top of it. All right. All right, I'm going to get everything zipped up and put away that I don't need, and we're going to find a spot for the wood stove. All right. I'm kind of liking this spot here. You know, it's not going to get hot underneath of it, but we've got that dirt. But look at the view. So that's the direction the sunset should happen in. So I'm thinking we'll be cooking, then enjoy the sunset while the fire burns out. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, I really think that's a good spot for the stove. So we're parked right here. I'm going to do some food prep on the table. But I'm going to run my stool out there and kind of sit down and see what the view looks like. Kind of get a prequel of it. All right. All right, so this this is the backpack that I have all the wood in and stuff. I'm just gonna lay all that out next to the stove and kind of get it ready for when we're about ready to cook. But man, this view is amazing. I just can't get over how nice it looks. So I pre-cut and chopped some wood. I've got more wood in the car, but I'm thinking this should be perfect. We don't need a lot. It's not freezing out here. Oh, see the wind? It just blew my tarp off of the car. Let me go fix that. Yeah, that wind is pretty strong. I put a couple more lines down on the tarp, so that should be good now. Yeah, I think I got all the wood out of here. Yes, I did. So we're gonna have our fire right here, and like I said, I'm gonna cook on it. We'll do prep over there. It's not quite time yet. I'm just gonna kick back and relax and enjoy the scenery. Might walk around and look at a couple of these cactus. Some of them look like they're starting to bloom. Yeah, they've had so much rain this year out here in Arizona. They're calling that this spring's going to be a super bloom, and yeah, that's probably about another 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know, maybe when we come back through Arizona, once we get out to the coast, turn around and come back, because we're going out there to see behind the mountains. Him and I are going to do some camping, and we've got I believe two special trips that we're going to do. All right. Well, I'm going to kick back and relax. All right. I'll bring you back on in a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks not too far from where we're camped at, but you can see there's a lot of nooks and crannies in there, and you got to watch out for rattlesnakes as you're walking around the rocks. But yeah, the road that we came up the other day is right over there. It runs up along this way. You can actually see our the vista that we went to. That's out in the way. You see it better from our camp. You got to go over this little rise here. But way out there is Four Peaks. You can just see that highest mountain out there just through that little pass on the top. Oh, there's a couple cars going up the road. This is a look the other direction, opposite of where we're standing. Yeah, and way down there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. I'm going to just pan across here, get up by this rock. You can see this big rock. I was looking underneath here. I don't see any rattlesnakes. I don't hear any either. But I'll tell you what, if I was a rattlesnake, I'd be back in that hole. Yeah, but way down there is a stream or a creek that runs down along. You can see it way down there at the bottom. Hard to see, but it's down there. That eventually runs into the creek that we crossed to get up here, and that's about maybe 6 or 7 miles from this spot. Yeah, I hope we have a good sunset. Okay, so this plant here, this is a long spindly plant, and it's getting a flower. So this is an ocotillo. So this is going to be the bloom right there. So I would say maybe in a week. I don't know. It's coming pretty quick, but it's getting all of its leaves. Wow. Cool. So they grow all over out here. There's one way over there. Well, a bunch of them. But this one is the only one I've seen flowers on so far. And they're right at the tips. This one is the prickly pear, and it gets its flowers right on the tips there as well. So right on the edges. Man, I'd hate to fall into that thing. But prickly pears, there's a whole field of them. So they make a lot of stuff out of prickly pear. I saw that prickly pear fudge even, yeah. All right, we're gonna make our way back to our camp, and I'll see any more flowers, I'll show them to you. So you can see, back home in Pennsylvania, we have lycotropin, which is a kind of a mossy growth. Now that's what this is, I believe. It's just an Arizona variety, so this one's yellow. Really cool. Now I've got it zoomed way in, but very center of the screen is the overlook that we drove to on this road the other day. So I'm gonna scan back. So it was right there in the center. I'm trying to keep it in the center. All right. That's a long way out there. So that's where we drove to the other day. And yeah, we can see it. And I see cars coming up and down the road. Not as many as, say, like on a weekend. But they're coming up and down, going to the same vista we were at. And we met our 4 friends, Mike and them guys. Yeah, perfect. Alrighty, you might ask what we're having for dinner. Well, we are having gemstone potatoes. Hey, these were grown in, I just read it, grown in rich volcanic soil. These thin-skinned baby potatoes offer exceptional flavor. Well, that's what we're looking for. And then we're gonna have a steak. Yes, I'm gonna cut up some shallots. We're gonna have some mushrooms. And in honor of Jeff Cooper, who sent this along with me on the trip, he said you've got to try it, Dr. Pepper, and put Planters peanuts in it. I said, I never heard of that. I mentioned it to my friend Dave. He says, oh my goodness, is that ever good? So I am going to try that tonight. All right. Yep, sun's getting a little lower. Yep. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. We're having a Louisiana crunch cake for dessert. Oh, yeah. All right, we got the wood all set up for the wood stove. Right there it is. And yeah, we're going to use the Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starter to get that started. And I thought I would go ahead and do the steak on this fire maple. And I did pick up some charcoal and bring that along too. But that wind's died down enough that I think I can do at least charcoal in this fire maple. That's all packable, and it goes right inside that bag. Very flat. So we're going to have a couple things going. So I'm going to do the potatoes on there. But really, I just want to use that titanium stove. So the wood stove, or the titanium hot tent stove, is working pretty good. I've got it back down so that that wood lasts for a while, but it's going to take a minute for those charcoals to burn down. So I thought I would just go ahead and get some things ready. So the potatoes, I decided I'm going to boil the potatoes in my fire maple kettle. I'm going to use the water then for coffee because it'll already be hot. So we'll boil the potatoes and then use the hot water. Potato water for our coffee. I wonder how that's going to be. So I've got some shallots. I'm going to put that in this fire maple skillet. So we'll do that. And the mushrooms are going to go in there as well. Not all of them. But I did pick up some Danish Creamery European style butter. It's pretty cool. Don't know how it'll be, but it's sea salted. Here you go. That's what that looks like. Man, isn't this a beautiful view behind us? So I'm keeping an eye on the sunset. We've got a little while till that goes down. So I am going to go ahead and get my potatoes. Now, I'm not going to eat all these potatoes. And that's why, if you remember seeing the refrigerator, I got these little clips. So I've got these little clips that I'll just seal that back up with and save them for another meal. Alrighty, here we go. All right, so we're just going to give our potatoes just enough of a slice to get some of them out. So these are different colors. So that's your red potatoes, but they got purple ones, white ones. So there's a purple potato. So I'm going to put maybe couple more. There's a white one. I want another purple one. And so I'm going to do 2 of each. How's that? All right. So perfect. So just so we seal this back up, get my clip. All right. Okay, then we want to chop up our shallot, and we're just going to use one of these. I think I just cut it enough to get one out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So yeah, shadows are getting long right now. Definitely getting long. So we're just going to chop this shallot up. I'm just going to throw it all in there. Get our peels going. Oh, there's a lot of pieces to it. Oh, they look good. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah. A little bit of peel. I got to get my trash bag. All right. So I am just going to cut the end off here, and I am just going to big slice it. I want chunks of onion, so that's what we're going to just slice it down. And big chunks, big slices. And we're just going to throw that in the pan. And then saute those with the mushrooms. Oh, there's a nice big chunk. Oh, yeah. Let's give this one a quick chop. Some people say on my stroke side, I'm not real good at it. So my friend got me this knife because he said he was worried about me when I was using this one to cut things. And this is one of the ones that he had sent me earlier. And he was like, oh, I saw you using a knife, so I sent you one of these. So this is an Opinel. Very good knife for cutting. Very, very good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw mushrooms. And I have a Ziploc bag to put the leftovers of these in, because we're not going to use all of them, but I'm thinking we can use them for our eggs one morning. Yeah. A couple more. Get in there. All right. So I will get a Ziploc bag for those. And then we're going to put these over our steak. Yes, we are. So here's that butter. I'm going to go ahead and cut off some pieces. And we're going to put that right in the pan. Yeah, we can get some water and get our potatoes on, because they're going to take a little while. All right. So that's enough butter. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tasting this butter. Everything's butter with butter. All right, we got all of our stuff prepped. And I'm probably going to put the solar panels away soon, because look at that. The sun is going down. Man, isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to go ahead and set you up on hyper. So while I'm working and the sun's going down, we'll be cooking. All right, come on up here and check on our dinner. So I got the solar panels put away because the sun went down. Yeah. These mushrooms and onions are doing great. Yes, very, very, very good. So our potatoes boiled pretty quick, because that was the first thing on here. And we got this stove dialed in. So you know it's dialed in when you're getting a good flame there, and you don't have any smoke, hardly any smoke coming out of the stack. I am going to back that down. That flew down just a tad. Yep. So our potatoes, they did boil. And our coals look like they're ready for that steak. So I'm just keeping potatoes here to keep them warm. All right, let me go grab that steak. Alrighty, we got our steak here. Pull that out, and we're going to throw that right on those hot coals. Well, on the grate. Oh, yeah. our steak here. Pull that out, and we're going to throw that right on those hot coals. Well, on the grate. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we're losing daylight quick. Yeah, we sure are. I got these little tongs I'm using for the steak. All right. Watching the sunset. It's going away. Yeah. Man, that moon is cool. Let me see if I can reposition you to see that better. Yeah, while that steak is cooking, that cloud, look at it. So the sun just went down right there, but right there's the moon. All right, and right above it's a little star. Well, actually a big star. Yeah. It's going to be a good night for some photography because I don't really see too many clouds coming back. So I might try to do some time-lapse photos. If I do, I'll show you guys. All right. I might just hyperlapse that last cloud. All right, we got our, I had to grab a light from the car. So this is our mushrooms and our onions. So they're all sauteed up and ready to go. We're just keeping them there, keeping them warm. We got our potatoes in here. Oh, they're still steaming. And this is our steak, and I think, oh yeah, I think that's medium rare, and that's the way I like it. All right, I gotta get something to put this on. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but I got lights up on the canopy. I just went into the car, so my mirror light's on, but I got the other light from Jesse up there, but I gotta get that steak off before we cook it too much. All right, I'm gonna go get that on this. Alrighty, so we are all done up there. I just took my potatoes out of our kettle, so I'll set that aside. Man, I can put it there. All right, so I'm gonna give this steak a cut. I am hungry. Oh, it's just falling apart. Yes, it is. Oh, my hand gets cold. It doesn't work as good, but there we go. Oh, like butter. Oh, I'm going to just use the tongs. Perfect. Oh, that is good. So we got the onions and the mushrooms, and then we've got these potatoes. I'm going to get a bite of a potato, and then I'm going to get my fork. Oh, perfect. That's deep purple. Wow. That's, oh, that is flavorful. It said it was. Wow. Very good. I better get my fork. But I can't stop. I can't stop. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Very good. Like Gravedigger says, he's another channel. He calls me T-Bone Tony because I cooked the T-bone, but it was actually a porterhouse. So, but T rhymes with Tony, so that works. All right. Because I love steak. This is good. So I got my spork. It's a spoon fork and combo. Hey, that butter is really good. All right. Well, after I eat this, I got to do that Dr. Pepper. Because I've never had Dr. Pepper and peanuts before. But actually, I'm getting full. Jeff, I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it for the very first time. So I am going to hold off on that. And when I eat the rest of this, we're going to drop a crunch cake in there and go back over there and heat it up a little bit. Oh, that moon's so cool. Heat it up, because they are better warm. All right. Talk to you in a minute. Seriously, this time I will. I won't bring it back until we're doing something different. All right. Well, I'm going to continue to eat. Alrighty. All right. We're just getting back from heating our Louisiana crunch cake up. Oh, it's nice and toasty. Oh, man, it's nice and toasty. So I stopped at a Walmart here in Arizona. It's a good thing I brought some because they didn't have any. They had zip none. And yeah, so this one came all the way from PA. So I should have brought more. I could have sold them along the way. They're so much better warm. Tastes like they just came out of the oven. Oh, so this is a black light. When I was going up to do the Louisiana crunch cake, Dave gave me this because he said they're probably not out yet, but I want to look for scorpions. So I was just shining it around. I thought I found one. It was a rock. So, but I jumped. I was like, oh, there's a scorpion. I was going to grab the camera quick and film it. Yeah. I'm going to finish this crunch cake. All right. 2.0. Gonna have a crunch cake. Yeah, the stars are already coming out. I'm definitely going to try to do some time-lapse photography a little bit later. Yum. Alrighty. So I got my bed all packed up. I back in, so the tables made it all level again inside the car. So that's where I'm at, sitting at the back of the car. So it's supposed to rain at some point. I don't know what time. I don't really have any internet service out here, so really difficult to see. But yeah, it's beautiful though. I just took a couple pictures, so I'm going to throw them up on here. Yeah, you can see the night sky. So those are time-lapsed pictures, and you can see they look brighter than what it is out here. It's very dark. I haven't heard any coyotes yet, but I have been hearing a hooting owl. So, yeah. The only thing I really hear on a regular basis is airplanes going into Phoenix. So they must, one of them must fly this route here over these mountains, but not too busy. Yeah, I don't see any vehicle lights around. I think there's somebody. I see one light way over that way. I can't even show you. It's too far away. I'd say it's probably about 3 miles away from where we're camped. So this is pretty dispersed, deserted area. Nobody around me, so that's pretty amazing. Yeah. So I just talked to Miss 2.0. She just got off work. She's driving home. So we talked, and I talked to her the whole way home. So that was awesome. Yeah, honey, I miss you. Can't wait till we're doing this together. Yeah, that's the plan eventually. But yeah, no, this is a great night. I think I'm going to climb into the car and onto the bed and do lights out. I don't know if I'll end this video now or maybe after coffee in the morning. Not sure if we're going to stay here another day. I was planning on maybe doing 2 days. I might still do that. I might just make tomorrow a me day and rest because I have been going pretty hard lately. But I do know we've got Tombstone coming up and then Goldfield. Those are two videos that will be coming up after this one. So need to get some rest. All right. Hey, it's been awesome, awesome, awesome. And I'm going to say, for now, I'm going to go to bed. All right. Hey, we'll see you in the morning. All right. Tony 2.0, not officially out, just going to bed. All right. I'll see you in the morning. Oh, lights out. Oh, that made it brighter, and it dims way down. Out. All right. Good night. Alrighty. So I've got my coffee made. I'm going to have oatmeal this morning and with them blueberries. Oh man, they're crunchy and crisp. Yeah, so this was an awesome spot and an awesome night last night. I slept with the hatch open all night long. Yeah, so it was extremely comfortable. It's a little breezy again this morning, but overnight there was no wind. Yeah, that's one nice thing about nights. A lot of times the wind dies down. But it is a little bit breezy, so I gotta just keep this hoodie on for a little while because it's blowing down my neck. But I'm gonna take a sip of this coffee here quick. That's a good cup of coffee. Yes, it is. Yeah, so that was that pour over this morning. All right. So today, what are we going to do? I don't know what you're doing, but I'm just going to hang out here. All right. But I probably won't keep you around for the rest of the day. I'm going to just spend the day just hanging out, relaxing and stuff. Today, actually, one, it's my son's birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Jonathan. And then two, it's the 1-year anniversary of my stroke. All right. So I'm just going to kind of hang out here and just be thankful that I'm able to be here, that I'm able to walk and move. Not the greatest yet, but it's I'm still moving. Yep. So I'm going to spend the day just kind of hanging back and relaxing. And I want to thank everybody for all of your support. It's been amazing. It really, really has. I couldn't be here without you. I couldn't be. It just wouldn't be possible. So thank you again. Yes. Well, I think I've got quite a busy day of sitting around on a stool and watching an amazing view. So I'm probably going to check out some cactus and stuff. And then I believe tomorrow or the next episode, we're going to be going to Tombstone, Arizona. So I've got to do that one, and that's going to be next on the list. So let's get down there and do that. And then I believe I want to go to Goldfield, which is a ghost town, and film that as well. All right. So salute. All right. Well, hey, score that music, right? Alrighty. So, hey, thanks for coming along on another episode of Journey Across America. And you're a big part of it. You certainly are, because you're watching, and I greatly appreciate that. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. We've got weeks and weeks of stuff to do yet. So, we haven't even hit the West Coast. So, we're going to see the Pacific Ocean. I'm going to go hook up with another YouTuber and do a couple videos. I don't know what we're doing. All right. But hey, thanks for coming along. And remember, it's just one adventure at a time. And Tony 2.0 out. Until next time. All right. We'll see you.